Just going to push a record, and yes, so day 2. So today we're going to keep this relatively quick because I know lots of people need to go. And I want to focus on like brainstorming ways that work, that are going to possibly work for you to get clients. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about like strategies for social media, more specifically social media in like 1 to 2 hours a day, and also scheduling so that you can work 3 hours a day. And so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So today we're going to find out all these great ideas on what you can do to get clients, and also really getting clear on what you offer. And so your offer is like, if you were to tell somebody what you do and how you help them, what would you say? So your offer is composed of 3 things. 1 is your promise. That is the results that you want to give your client. 2 is like your program, which is like the vehicle of transformation that you want to help people transform. And then 3rd is your price. And so yes, putting those all together is your offer. And so that's what you then create like landing pages from, and that's what you tell people. Like if you were to do a brochure, it would all be kind of centered around that. So Sherry, just off the top of your head, what would you tell somebody if you were to cover your results, so your promise, your program, and your price? Do tell, honey, do tell.
Okay, so we offer training and membership in a home-based business with a fabulous, I'm just trying to get the rest of it. Okay, so I need to have the result. So
How do you want people to feel?
I want people to feel empowered, and I want to enrich lives.
Fantastic. So what does that then allow them to do?
It allows them to achieve their goals and dreams.
Okay. And do your particular people have any like common goals and dreams? You know, like people that I'm working with are like really wanting like a work less, more freedom-based lifestyle where they can work around their kids' schedule and all the schedules of the day, you know, so that's kind of like the goals and dreams that my audience has. What would be some that your audience has?
Working from home, yeah. Financial freedom, the ability to travel for less and more often, creating a legacy for their families.
Cool. Awesome. Those are great. And so those are good things to write down, because then you can create posts around them.
Okay.
Post tomorrow, we can talk about those things. And okay, so sweet. And so what kind of training specifically do you do?
We have fabulous corporate training. I'm halfway through a professional development course with Fraser Brooks. It's really kind of cool. It's really taking me outside of my comfort zone. And I intend to enhance what our corporation offers with trainings that I've learned from here. So be it, yesterday I did, as I said to you yesterday, I did my first Facebook Live. I've never done that before. I was scared crapless, but it was empowering to do it afterwards. It's like, you know, you don't think you can do it, and it was a task that I knew I needed to do, but I was pushed to do it.
Yeah.
So with training and mentorship and learning, I intend to have new team members to train them, to help them, to guide them so that they can be empowered, so that they can move forward and feel good about what they're doing.
Paying you for the training?
They would, yes, coming into our business, yes, they pay for training.
Okay, and so how much are they paying?
$79.
Okay, cool.
And $20 a month.
Fantastic. Awesome. Sweet. Okay, so now you have the power to create the life that you want to live. And yesterday we talked about like, what do you really want? So you wanted 10 like solid people in that group, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so so I'm asking everybody this because I was doing the math on some of you yesterday, and I'm like, that's still like playing small, you're still like barely paying your mortgage or your bills. So is that enough? So if people are paying $20 a month plus $80, is that going to be enough for you to have financial freedom?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I feel like for me personally, when I said 10, but that's 10 rock stars that I want on my team. And I will mentor them to do, I'm in network marketing, I will mentor them to do the same thing. So then you get residual income and exponential growth.
Yeah.
But I think for me to have 10 rock stars to help and to guide them to do the same thing that I'm doing will be enough, or can be enough. Sure, I'd love more, we all would, but that would be my goal for the year.
Fantastic. Okay, so I want you to, so yesterday I was doing this workshop on manifestation, and it's like asking what you want and having no doubt in what you are asking for. But like saying like, oh, instead of saying like, oh, that would be nice if I maybe had, 10 or 12 new clients, being like, I will have 12 new clients, 10 new clients, and I'm so thankful. And then even saying now is that I am thankful for those 10 rock stars that I'm going to be working with, and say that as it's happening. And so like start saying that like multiple times a day. I am so thankful for the 10 rock stars. And as you start saying those, you believe it more. And it's not like, oh, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? It's like, it's going to work, right? It is happening, right? And so then it's like, then one of the notes that she made yesterday was like, not begging, like we have kids and you hate it when your kids are begging you for something. It's like, Mom, can I do this? It's like, shut up. No, and it makes you say no more because they're begging, right? And so the same goes for us. If we come into our businesses with like almost begging clients to become our clients, it's never going to happen,
Doesn't work.
And it doesn't work that way, right? And so it's like being confident and declaring that you will get these clients. And so how this leads into what we're going to do is just that it's that confidence that you bring into figuring out what is going to work for you to get you clients, right? Okay, so let's brainstorm. I had actually done a poll in one of my business groups that I'm in here in Calgary to be like, hey, what is working for you in your business to get clients? And some of these businesses are brick and mortar businesses, some are product-based businesses, some are service-based businesses. And so I'm going to give you a whole list of things that I would love for you to write down. And then we're going to like circle like maybe 2 or 3 that you're like, this will work for me.
Okay.
This is going to align with my soul. This is going to align with my schedule. And I'm going to try this because I think it's going to be the one. The one.
Okay.
Okay. So one was, so these are in no particular order, like none. Collaborations. So collaborating with other people that your customer would potentially shop from. So for example, if I'm running a gym, I might collaborate with a vitamin supplement company. And like, that's what I did actually. I used to sell like, I think it was called Verve. This was like 10 years ago, but like a nutrient supplement. And I've done like Shakeology, because it complements the service that I'm selling. And then both people win. And so, so if you think of what your customer wants in their transformation, what are all the things that they might need? So if they're looking for financial security, what else might they be looking for? And then find companies like that that you can collaborate with. And so you can do cross promotions, you can do discounts on each other, you can do like joint email lists, like emails to each other's list. Today I saw a bunch where people were just like basically tagging each other in posts. So it's like, let's say at Sherry in their Instagram post, she's awesome at this, you know, and I highly recommend that person. So easy things like that to collaborate.
Okay.
And because it's all making it better, life better for your client. So that's like the bottom line, always making things better for your client. Okay, so that's collaboration. You can do ads. So Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads are just starting up. So ads are one thing, and they have a strategy behind them as well. So if you do an ad, it could lead to a free download. So then you're thinking of like, okay, what's my freebie? So then what does my funnel look like? And so I'm just going to take a time out from the list of things and like, what does your funnel look like? So marketing is getting people to know, like, and trust you. So there's a big old world out there, and somehow they have to know that you exist, Sherry. They got to figure out who you are. And so they got to find out who you are, let alone what you do. So then as they find out who you are, then you deepen that relationship and you build relationships with them, and to help them know, like, and trust you. And it's when they trust you that you are a good human and that you can solve their problem, then they're going to buy from you. And so there's different activities that you do at each level. Social media is one of those things that you can do at all levels, but at the same time, they have to first find out who you are. So that's where you want to build your audience, and we can talk different strategies for building audience, maybe even later today, but definitely tomorrow. And so growing the audience and then deepening the relationship with the audience. And so that's where your freebie comes in, where you start to, that's that like and trust section of the marketing funnel. Is that they get a little teaser about what you do and learn to like you, learn to trust you, that you actually know what you're talking about. And then then you offer them to take the next step to buy from you, which many people forget. Okay, so Rachel, we're just talking about like just brainstorming different ideas on ways that you can find more clients, get more clients, okay? So I had gotten this from a group here in Calgary. And so, yeah, collaborations, ads, Google My Business. Google My Business. Rachel, are you on Google My Business?
No.
Okay, do it. So if you even just go onto Google and just search Google My Business, basically you just register your business. You're going to have to add in your address because they're going to send you something either via mail, or I think they even do it via text now, and to confirm that it's you. And then you get on the listing on Google.
Oh, cool.
So that when I
Didn't know about
search,
that.
so, and it's free, right? So if I search hair salons Calgary and I'm on Google My Business, it's going to up my ranking, that I'm going to show up on that map, you know,
Oh,
of
cool.
the general location of where I am, right? And so it's a free tool, and that's where people will leave reviews too. So a lot of people have gotten good reviews on there, because then when you Google something, then the reviews are going to show up with your website, with a call to call, or whatever your call to action is there. And so, yeah, check it out. And then you can start gaining reviews on there from your clients. Reviews
So
are
you
good.
have your address in?
Then you can hide it. You'll hide your address. So it might just give like your general city or state maybe.
Okay.
But you can hide it. Yeah.
Just
That's
in
pretty
case there's
dangerous for like, yeah, women in business. Don't put your address on the internet. Never. Scary enough putting your like handle on the internet.
no.
I like proposals from all around the world. It really boosts my self-esteem.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so Google My Business. Okay, relationship building, which is what we're going to talk about way more tomorrow, and just building solid friendships and relationships with people in your community, in your so you can do like get into community groups on Facebook, or just like your neighbors, getting involved in your community. And then the same for social media. So we're really going to talk more about that tomorrow on engagement on social media. And so we'll talk about that tomorrow. YouTube. Yes.
Can I ask a question about that? My biggest struggle when it comes to that relationship and stuff, like I understand how to do that and whatever else, but it's organizing it. So like, you know, you have 3, 4, 5,000 Facebook connections, is keeping it organized. You know, you start a conversation, you continue the conversation, and then everybody moves on, but it's organizing that.
So what would it look like for you to organize it?
Well, I've just started using Google Sheets.
Okay.
A little bit more actively, and I'm trying to, it looks like a rainbow. I'm trying to color coordinate things so that I'll highlight, like I put people's name, when I connected with them, where I connected with them, what they do, if we have common groups. So I've got quite a lot there. And then it depends, like for my business, what I'm doing. If I'm approaching somebody after we've built a connection with business, I'll color code it different things depending on what stage that we're at.
Yeah.
But I'm just finding as general people, I'm finding that really
it's
difficult.
It's going to be a lot of time consuming to track everybody that you have engagement with.
Yeah.
I just flag those conversations on my Instagram and like mark it so it has a tag of people who would be hot leads, like people who have already either shown a really strong interest in potentially working with me in some way, shape, or form. I'll just color code them because I hate tracking. I hate tracking my food. I hate having so many windows open because I do most of it on my phone, and then going back to track it, I suck. VAs, there's lots of VAs who are really good at doing that for you.
Okay.
But I would just, if I were to do leads, I would write down leads that have engaged in conversation with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to color code, then like as they get deeper into that relationship, the hotter the lead is, you know? So
yes.
Like I put like, I was doing like cold leads, warm leads, hot leads, but then I just found that was too much. So then I just went like
it takes a lot of time.
hot leads, warm leads and hot leads. Cause then it's those people that I would invite to like a masterclass or something like that. Right.
Okay.
But why keep track of people when they're not really interested? You know?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just takes up your time. So YouTube, Google is owned by YouTube, which, and video is really popular. And so doing a YouTube video, you can do it at the same time as you do a Facebook Live. Yeah, and then just post it on YouTube. Helps increase your Google ranking, and because there's lots of people out there who just search stuff on YouTube. Don't know why. I searched surfing on YouTube. Totally not related to business at all, but that's what I use YouTube for. Anyway, referrals. Are you directly asking people for referrals? Everyone says this is the best way to get business, and it totally is. But you got to ask. And so like, what's your system for asking, or what's your statement? What's your sentence that you use to ask anybody who has worked with you in the past for referrals? And what's the reward then for offering referrals? I will always like to if that person becomes a client, I'll give you a discount, you know, or I've gotten gift cards or whatever for giving referrals, or, you know,
that's cool.
Something that's nice to in return to say thanks, you know, thanks, a little incentive for people to give referrals, right?
What about affiliate links?
Yep, affiliates, fantastic idea. So affiliates, a lot like collaborating, and is a good revenue generator as well, or can be. And so yeah, and you can use it as basically that's your fancy name for referrals, right? And you're just giving people discounts and bonuses for giving you referrals.
So have you know of any free sites? Because someone told me about Thrive Card, and you still have to pay money. You have to pay $200 a month, I think, just to keep it.
Let me search that because I remember one. It's not on the top of my head right now. So, and I'm pretty sure it was free. And but that's the great idea, because then you can just actually just go on there and people can search. It's like, oh, this would make, you know, like your templates would be a great bonus for my clients, so I'll become your affiliate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll check that out for you. I'll post that in our group later. What's that?
So my idea was to offer like 40% of whatever commission it was that, you know, to them if they were to sell something.
Yep. Fantastic.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Fantastic. Facebook Marketplace. Whatever you have, just put it on Facebook Marketplace. That's a hot place. Yep, videos, testimonials. Post your testimonials like all the time. And they don't have to be like formal testimonials. They could be like, yeah, yesterday I got an email right after a class I was teaching in the evening, and I can copy and paste that and use that as a testimonial. You know, it's that social proof that what you do works and is helpful.
Yeah.
Right? Networking in person or online. Networking online, like right now, Clubhouse is a great place to network with people because you can have full-on conversations, but so are like Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups. LinkedIn in general is a great place for networking. And networking is like having that specific desired outcome. You know, you're not just like shooting the shit and talking about dogs and cats. You're like, how can I help you? How can you help me? So that might be a really good thing for homework, is like just to write out a statement. I'm looking for this kind of person to help me do this. You know, I am looking for, I'm like Rachel, you could say, I am looking for coaches who want to offer their clients done for you templates or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. And everybody says great service. And because great service is what leads to repeat customers, referrals, and all the things, right? So serve the crap out of your clients and treat them like gold, because nothing bad will ever happen if you treat your clients like gold. Right?
Agree.
Nothing ever bad. And so yeah, so what other ideas could you have for finding clients? What has worked for you in the past? And what would you like to kind of try out a little bit more? And oh yeah, then there's like social media is on here as well. Like yeah, just growing your audience on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Facebook groups. A lot of people get a lot of success from Facebook groups. Yeah, I get most of my clients from LinkedIn. And so those are different marketing, advertising, selling strategies. And so what other ideas do you have?
What about ads? Are ads no good?
Ads are good. Ads are good, and they can be expensive. So
Okay.
having a budget is great, but you can, and targeting your audience, like really targeting your audience and exactly how you can help them can lead to really high conversions. Mostly people offer like their low ticket offer on ads to get them into the funnel. Because as part of your marketing funnel, ads are really good to help people know who you are. And then your freebie or your low cost thing is what then adds the value. So then that's where ads are super good, when you have a really strong offer. And so right at the beginning, Rachel, we were talking about like, what is your offer? So what is your promise that you're making? That's the results that you're going to give to people. Your program of transformation. So that's like the vehicle. How do you take somebody from point A to point B? And then your plan.
Okay.
And so having that in a short, little concise statement is really what makes your ads most beneficial, because people can say like, that is me, that is what I want, I'm going to click here and buy.
Okay.
Right?
because I thought about doing Instagram ads because I've seen people, I get so many digital content ads and I'm like, I need to do this because I probably see about 10 to 15 a day.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm seeing it and I do it, maybe someone else will see mine.
Right? Exactly.
And
So if you set yourself a budget,
okay.
and then like most people will say like start with maybe 2 ads to test and
Okay.
have those ads at like $3 to $5 a day. And
That's what my plan was. Yeah.
yeah, and then just let them run for like 3 days without you checking it. Because it's going to take
Okay.
like 3 days, 3 to 5 days for it to like take traction. And then you can start measuring your results. So then you're going to need
Okay.
a pixel. When you do Facebook ads, I don't know how to directly do them on just Instagram. I know that when I do my Facebook ads, they also go onto Instagram. And so
Instagram does that too.
yeah.
You can link it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, right? Because they're the same thing. And yeah, so I've just always done Facebook and then it gets posted on Instagram. Because it's the same. It's just a button that you push. Box to tick. And anyways, and so yeah, so let the ads run for a little bit and then you can start measuring the results, the clicks,
Okay.
click-through rates, the reach, you know, and see which ad is better performing and then cancel one and then go in with just the other one. And
Okay.
I would do like the same copy and then have one as maybe a video and one as just a picture and see which one performs better.
Works.
Okay.
And yeah, then you're going to need a pixel. And so
what is that?
A pixel is basically a tracking device that you put on then your page. I'm pretty sure you can put it on Etsy. I'm assuming that you can put it on Etsy. And so you would put it on your Etsy page. And that's how then Facebook and Instagram and ads, Google does the same, can track the metrics and the conversions on that.
Okay.
So yeah, we can work a little bit more through Facebook ads, but it's more than just boosting a post. Just boosting a post is probably going to suck your money.
Yeah, I don't boost posts.
No, don't boost posts.
I wanted to do it for my offer, for my product that I'm going to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I thought about doing. But I also thought about your idea about posting my planner that I already have created on Etsy first to see how well it would do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't done that yet. Should I do that prior to doing my offer to see?
Yeah. See if people want it.
To kind of test it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's great for ads is because you want to promote the thing that's working. Right?
Okay.
Not
right.
Like test is like, oh, are people going to like this planner or that planner based on the ads? No, it'd be like people like this planner. People want this. And so that's you're going to direct your ad. So test it out first. See what people are looking for. And so,
alrighty.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is like, okay, so you can come up with all these ideas for what to do for marketing. The biggest thing that I find with people is actually doing it and planning it out and scheduling it and then holding yourself accountable to doing it.
That's me.
So what's your plan for that? So that's why I love schedules, because usually when you see it in pen and you write it out, it trains your brain that this is what I'm doing at this hour. And so setting apart time every day to network, to market, to work on the marketing aspects of your business, like just focusing on the marketing at least 1 hour a day. And try to do that consistently, right? And when you do things consistently every day, it pays off.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like to you, Rachel? And what does that look like to you, Sherry? How are you going to market your business? How are you going to get people to know who you are? So this is what I want you to think. Okay, so now look at your list that you wrote down. What is the thing that you're going to have on your list that helps people just know who you are? And what is the activity on your list that you can do that's going to help people like and trust you? So building that relationship. So
Okay.
2 different activities, one for just growing your audience and one for nurturing that audience.
Okay.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Let me
I have to
put
go.
this in
I'm
here.
really sorry, ladies.
No worries. No worries. It'll be
It's
on our
12:30. I have
Facebook,
another
and I'll
call
email it out
recorded.
later.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll see you
Have
tomorrow.
a great day. Okay, yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so nurture and grow.
yeah.
Okay.
So how are you growing your audience? How are people finding? And ads are good for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are scared to spend money on their advertising. I'm just going to put that out there. That is the biggest thing, is that people are scared to invest in themselves in some way. And it's part of your business. It's a business expense. You can use it as an expense. Like, that should not be a barrier for growing your audience and getting sales, right? It's just the cost of doing business.
Right.
People get scared about using credit cards because it's a 2.9% cost. But if that 2% can get you a client that's going to pay you hundreds of dollars over the lifetime, thousands of dollars,
It's paid itself over.
it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that comes down to your money mindset, and is a business, right? Business needs investing in some way, shape, or
Mm-hmm.
form, right?
Right.
So, okay. So what are you going to do to grow your audience?
So right now I'm growing my audience on Pinterest. I'm focusing on Pinterest because I've built, so I probably have about 800 followers on Pinterest right now. And I've got probably 80 to 90,000 views per month.
That's amazing.
So yeah, so that's my focus right now. So that's kind of, yeah.
I would love to hear, how have you grown your audience on Pinterest, and how do you get so many views?
So I found a little secret. And I tried it and it worked. So I've been doing this for the last year. So I am consistent with my pins.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of will pin other people's pins, but I put a lot of fresh pins out. So I create my own pins and I send those out every once in a while. I'll do like every other day.
Okay.
And I schedule them at a specific time. So I schedule all my pins between 1 and 2:30 in the morning.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's
I have tried.
Is your best time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've looked at other ones. Some people say try like between 8 and 11 at night. And I've tried that and I've only gotten like 30 views. But when I do it between 1 a.m. and 2:30, I've gotten literally probably 3,800 views on one pin.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that right?
All the moms up in the middle of the night breastfeeding their kids or something.
I think that's what it is. I think something, yeah, I think that's what it is. People are up in the middle of the night and they're kind of scrolling and stuff. So it works because, and don't get me wrong, my views will drop if I'm like, for like a week, I wasn't doing anything. And I noticed my views dropped to like 50,000, but then overnight, if I would pin at 2 in the morning, all of a sudden I went up to like 70,000.
Nice.
Yeah. And my conversion rate is actually better. So I'm getting click-throughs now. Before I wasn't getting too many clicks. Now I'm getting clicks.
Okay. So what do you think is the key to that? What is the key to getting clicks?
So I think probably the photos that I'm like, not photos, but content that I'm creating to put out is probably what's getting clicks. Mm-hmm. My content as well, seeing, just that offer that I put up, that free offer. Yeah. I also put that up in my Pinterest and I made a pin for it. And I have people, like 2,000 people viewing it. And a couple of people did sign up with it. So I think it's a combination of the product and then the content that the pin contains, like what the copy is and how it looks, like the design of it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Because when they see it and they're like, oh, that's really cool, I want that. Or, oh, this is such a pretty pin, I like this. Let me see what this is all about.
Yeah. Sweet. That's awesome that you found your thing that works for you on Pinterest. How have your
Yes.
sales increased over the last month?
So oh my gosh, let me tell you what I did right now because I'm on it. I've done more in the past month than I have probably all of last year. Let's see. So I got 6 orders in this past month. I did $100 extra. Since probably compared to last year, so it looks like I had 16 orders altogether between probably looks like November to January.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 16 orders just between that time frame, and that's when I was mostly pinning, and also when we started talking.
Yeah.
And I
Sweet.
started implementing. So
Implementing, taking the
Yep.
action, doing the stuff. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So what is one new action that you could take this week? What's something new? So, okay, so yesterday I briefly mentioned, and I did put this in our group, of like, what do you have to let go of to let more in? So if your house is packed and but yet you want a new couch, what do you have to get rid of to get that new couch?
right.
So what is it in your life and in your business that you need to get rid of so that you can allow for more clients and more sales?
Okay.
That's a stinking deep question, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to think about that.
Yeah, no,
Probably. Wow. Yeah, that's
So you
that
look
is
at
pretty
like,
deep.
okay, what is working? What is working for you? And what is not
Right.
working? So anything that you are doing that is not helping you grow your audience, nurturing your audience, or getting you sales, cut it out. If it's not
Probably
working,
following too many groups, I think would probably be it. Following too many groups.
fantastic. So how many groups do you feel that you should let go of this week?
Oh, maybe like 3 or 4. I don't need to be in those groups, and I feel like it's kind of taking away now that I'm thinking about it. Like for instance, recently I did a boot camp probably back in November. She wanted me to join her group because she has a lot of content in it. And it's not my group, it's not my type of group. It's for mommies. Like it's called Mama to Millionaire.
Yeah.
It's for mostly mamas. I'm not a mama.
Yeah.
And even though it has good content in it, I don't feel it's my audience. So I think I should probably just get rid of that one. And I want to support her, but at the same time, it's not for me.
Yeah. 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 What are you going to lose from it?
Right.
Right? It's just taking up space.
Exactly.
I went through my Instagram and like unfollowed lots of people, removed them as my followers.
I did that.
Yeah, so I've been into the habit of doing the who am I following? Like I do that pretty much every Sunday, like look at who I'm following and I'll send them a little note. And then if they don't respond, I just remove.
Well, that's what I did too. Yeah.
And it's funny because I know your Facebook is a logo, but I then also unfollow anybody who uses a logo as a Facebook, as their Instagram photo.
Oh, really?
Except you, because I love you. And now I know you, right? But I want to connect with people who aren't scared to necessarily put themselves out there, because that's a big hurdle. If you don't feel safe putting your picture on Instagram, that's a really big mindset hurdle to overcome to grow your business, right? And so, yeah. And then if I'm not engaging with them and they're not engaging with me, then what's the point anyways, right? But
that's how I feel.
Yeah, or if they don't have their name in their bio,
So if you think like that, someone else might think like that. So maybe I should just keep my picture as my, instead of my logo. This way people could see I'm a real person.
Because people connect with you because they like you and they're going to buy from
right.
you. because they connect with you,
Yeah.
right?
So every once in a while I switch it up, but I think I'll leave it now that you said that, because that makes a lot of sense.
See what happens, see what happens. And
Yeah.
and same with like lots of service-based industries. So let's say cleaners, I'll see lots of cleaners who have their logo as their profile picture, but then you want to
Mhm.
invite them into your house and you don't even know what they look like. Like, that's scary.
Uh-huh.
Right?
True.
So it helps increase your trust by putting your photo in your bio. And
Okay.
yeah, and test it out, see what it is. And yeah, and then get rid of groups like Facebook groups, like stay in the ones that are working for you and get rid of
Mhm.
the ones that aren't.
Yeah.
If you're not engaging in them like on a regular basis and getting value out of it, then it's cluttering up space on your Facebook group, really, right?
And I feel like there's a lot of people on in that group that are already making, like, I don't know, 6 figures, whatever. Like, they're already established and they're already in there. It's not necessarily for someone like me
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. So, and I almost felt bad because the girl who invited me in the group, she's like, please give it a chance, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like,
It's a
oh,
group. It's a group.
I
And then
know.
like getting that attached to the people in your free group. Then you got attachment issues. And you're begging people. Like, I think before you got on, I was talking about like begging versus
Yeah.
like declaring. And nobody likes a beggar, And so,
No.
yeah. Yeah.
So
All
do
right.
you think, as
Go
far
ahead.
as like begging goes, the whole thing about begging, would you say, because I see a lot of people who will show their offer every single day,
Mhm.
and it's to the point where I just don't want to even bother with these people because it's so annoying. So
Mhm.
would you say that that's probably a no-no? Like, don't do that?
I would say always have a call to action, right?
Okay.
But I think you got to read the post to be like, is this coming from an energy of them being desperate for more clients, or are they confident in what they're offering and they just want to put that out there, knowing that not everybody's going to see every post that they make? Because that could also be
Okay.
the point. Or they could be going through a launch where, yeah, you are going to like post every day about what your offer is.
Oh,
And so who knows, right? But
okay.
at the same time, there's real like burnout, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing your stuff. You got to give me some value, honey. Before
Yeah.
give the value before you just sell, right?
Yeah,
And
there's no
not,
freebie, no nothing. It's just like, oh, check this out. We have this for you, and check mark on this and check mark on that. And I'm just like, okay.
yeah. Because I feel you. Okay, so then, what minute are we at? So I can like key this. Okay, so creating posts that have value
Mm-hmm.
in them and a call to action. So it's being confident in what your offer is and how you um, change people's lives. And doesn't matter what you sell, you're changing people's lives someplace, some way, shape, or form. So what are the different kinds of posts that you could do that so that you're giving value, but you're not like hardcore selling all the time? As soon as people start off with a question, like, are you burnt out? You're selling,
Yeah.
rephrase that into something else. And it's not that it's bad to sell, but if that's the post that you're doing every day, then no, you're going to burn out your audience, right? So ways of valuable posts are things like, I like the 3 E's. I found the 3 E's on Instagram the other day and I really like them.
I like that
Like,
too.
yeah, empowerment posts, educating posts, and entertainment posts. I like
Mm.
those 3 E's. Super simple. And I can remember that. I remembered that for a whole week. That's amazing.
I love.
I actually remembered something for a whole week.
That's powerful.
Right? And it's simple, right? So,
It
but you
is.
can still have a call to action in every one of those posts, like check out my Etsy or like leave a comment if this is true to you, or tell
Mhm.
me a story about this or something like that, like
Mhm.
things to increase
But
engagement.
so, like, for instance, I put up something, maybe it was too late last night that I did it, but I put up something, and I find that when I ask questions, nobody really seems to engage. And I almost want to put a post out there that says Instagram is for engaging. You're supposed to engage, because no one's engaging with me. And it's like, I see you're looking at it, but you're not saying anything.
I know that's life's biggest issues. And I know on groups on Facebook, I've seen a lot more
Mhm.
people engage when you do ask the questions.
Okay.
But maybe it's the kind of question where you're getting people to think, but not thinking too much, where they're like, oh shit, now I gotta think.
Yeah.
But like that fine line of like, so what would be like a question that you would ask that you didn't really get any response on?
So my question that I asked people was what their experience, what was it? If they lost any followers, or if they saw a drop in followers or engagement after using Linktree or Campsite, because someone told me that if you, I used to have it and I liked it, but someone told me when you add that in, for some reason, there's like a drop in engagement and following. People don't like to have to do all that work to go see everything. I happen to like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I took it down because this person was like, no, don't do that. And I noticed you have it. So does it work, or what
I honestly haven't noticed, because now, like this last week, maybe less than a week, I changed it to just a link to just my class.
Okay.
So that's like my big call to action, is just to my class, because I'm redesigning how I want my funnel to work. And so I haven't noticed any difference. Like I didn't notice, like, because I had Linktree for like a year and a half, and like you get people clicking on it as well, because then you can see your stats on that. So it's not that people weren't clicking on it, but I can understand the point. So if I'm a customer, you want to make it as simple as possible for me to click to get to the end point. And so that's where I can totally understand putting that right into your bio, like use a bit.ly or a shortly or something to tighten up the link if you need to for letters. And but having that call to action, because you should have a call to action in your bio. And so test it out,
Yeah, maybe I'll put it back up again and see, because there's always, so I wanted to offer a couple of different freebies on there and different things. And I thought, okay, well, I had that before and I liked it, and then I took it down. Maybe I'll try it again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can't offer everything all at once. And I kind of want to do that, where people can just kind of scroll and see and pick and choose what they want to do.
Totally. Right. Totally.
Yeah.
And like having those free offers. And so then you can have more, because let's say I was promoting, let's say, a class. And so I would have the class in my Linktree, but I also have like a free calendar and a free workbook in my Linktree. And then, yeah, sure, I'm directing people there to sign up for my class, but then they're seeing this and then they're seeing that. And so then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm actually getting people signing up for my calendar right now, and I'm not even promoting it, So it's like, just because
it's kind of like it gives you insight. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I
Maybe
look at it as like a
insight.
better way to like actually serve your audience and give them choice too. But I understand the clicks,
Yeah.
So, but again, if it's just clicking on Linktree and then it's a very clear call to action of like free calendar or something like that, like it's very clear what it is. Oh man, I started in the middle of the night and I'm like,
oh no,
what the heck is happening? I'm like, how can I get COVID? I don't see humans.
Hopefully it's not.
Brought it home.
Do they go to school?
Yeah, Gabby's on exam right
school
now. The last 2 weeks she's had exam week, so she's not actually in school this week. So yeah. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk more social media and all things on social media to really land clients and getting people to pay for you. And a lot of this is that, right? Is like creating the links, the direct call to actions that people will pay you, right? So be very clear. I would love to hear the clear offer that you have. Like if you were to do an ad, what would it say? Who are you targeting?
Mm-hmm.
What's your promise? And how are you going to do it? And your price.
Okay, let me write this down just so I have it. So I have like a little thing to use. Okay, so my offer, what am I offering? Okay, and then what was the next one?
Who's your offer to? What is the promise you're making? So, or results you're promising. I'm typing these into our group as well. What is,
and then price.
The program? So, or vehicle, like the vehicle of transformation.
Okay.
Are you doing it?
What's the vehicle of transformation?
Yeah, that's like the how, and then the price.
Okay. This and then price. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, and get confidence. I know you're pretty confident in your price and what you offer, but not everybody is. And so,
yeah,
run into lots of people who are like,
yeah, I think my
what
offer's
are you selling? What are you selling? You have like a physical product, so it's easy to say that, right?
Yeah.
What are you selling? I don't know.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
I just want to put that out there to be very clear on what you are selling. People in MLMs have a real hard time of saying what they are selling. Yeah. What are you selling? I don't know. I don't want to say.
Okay, then how do you sell it?
How do you sell it, right? And so if you want to increase your sales, be very clear on how you change people's lives. That's the moral of the story, people. I'm going to write that down.
I love it.
All righty, my love. Gotta run. So have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, perfect.
Okay, bye.